Hey guys, welcome back. Today's video is, for me personally, a really interesting topic to touch on, and what I'm going to go over is how I would start out if I was only trading with $100. So if you're watching this, you might be new to trading, you might be quite far in your trading journey, and you might obviously only be coming now to live trading, and you might not really want to invest much money, and you might not have much money to invest. Maybe you're working full time. Maybe you've got commitments and things that you need to pay for outside, leaving you with little money to spare. So this is one thing that I would do, and this is the way I would approach it if I only had $100 to trade with. So obviously, if you've only got $100 to trade with, and you are, trying to flip your account, the likelihood is that you are over leveraging, you're over risking, and the chances are that you are going to blow, the $100 that you do put into a live account. So what I'm going to assume is obviously that you've extensively tested a strategy. You are confident that you can make, 5 to 8 to 10% a month or consistently. And if you're at a point now where you are wanting to go into live trading, what I would recommend is obviously you have done the testing beforehand, and you are at a point now where you're confident with your strategy, you're confident with your psychology that you can make a good amount of percentage each month in order to, be able to trade professionally. So first of all, what I will do is I will bring up my text right here. And as you can see, what I've done is I've just wrote $100 account equals 10% gain, equals $10, sorry. And what you will notice is if you are making 10% on an account with just $100 in it, you are not going to be making much money at all. So what this will result in is this will result in over trading, this will result in over leveraging, over risking. And if you are, well, this is assuming that you are trading with only 1% risk. So let's just say you are trading with 10% risk to obviously try and get this amount here up a little bit, which I would not recommend. Personally, I only risk 1% and I will never go any higher than that. And the main thing for me is capital preservation. If I don't have to, add risk to my account, I won't do it. So obviously, what I would recommend is 1% risk at all times. So assuming that you're risking 1%, 10% gain on an account, you're only going to be making $10. So what I would recommend doing is I would recommend taking this $100 over here. So I would recommend taking this $100. I would recommend taking this to a funding company. I will obviously recommend then doing a funding challenge. I will recommend a couple of funding companies where you can obviously take a smaller account, something around a $10,000 account. Once you acquire this $10,000 with obviously your consistently profitable strategy, what you can do then is obviously a 10% gain on this $10,000 will be around $1,000. With on average around a profit split of around 80%, you will then come out with, around $800. What you can then do with this $800 is you can withdraw it, you can spend a little bit, you can do pretty much whatever you want with it. But what I would then recommend is I would recommend putting this $800 back into one of these funding companies. I would then go for a larger account. So, let's just say a $100,000 account is around $500. Take $500 of this amount right here, then put it into one of these funding companies, go ahead, get a bigger account, and then you can start obviously compounding your growth from there. So let's just go ahead, go over to these funding companies, and we'll see, what you need to do and how much they cost. So first of all will be My Forex Funds. My Forex Funds, it has been around for a while now. It's one of the more, trusted companies when it comes to prop firms. So if we just come down, as you can see, for around $84 here, you will be able to get a $10,000 challenge account on My Forex Funds. In phase 1, the evaluation phase equals 8%. So if you can make around 8 to 10% a month, you can easily pass this challenge right here. And then once you pass phase 1, you can then go ahead and pass the second phase, which is only 5%. So like I said before, even if you want to go ahead and take the $5,000 one, that's only $49. If you've got $100 to start with, what I would recommend is putting it into this $10,000 account. Like I said before, then what you can do is if you make around 5-10% a month, you can go ahead, withdraw the profits from this $10,000 account. So let's just say that you've gone ahead and you've smashed the challenge for this $10,000 account, and then you've made 10% on the account, and then after profit split you've got around 80%, which means you'll have around $800 to work with. What you could do then with that $800 is you could split it up. So you could then afford a $50,000 challenge, and you could also afford a $100,000 challenge. So obviously with the $500, you might only want to purchase this. You might want to purchase this for $500. And with the remaining $300, you might want to take out your family for a meal. You might want to spend it on some new clothes, whatever it may be. Just spend it on yourself and reward yourself for obviously passing, the previous funded account. And this is the way that I would approach, trading with $100. And then obviously the second prop firm here is My Funded FX. It's a relatively new funding company, but from what I've seen, it's quite trusted. It's one of the more better ones that have come out recently, and it looks really professional. And I've seen a lot of people trade with this company, and they've got good things to say. So if we come down and let's just see, kind of what we're working with this company. So phase 1 and phase 2, you're looking at a profit target of 8%. Again, the same as my Forex funds. On phase 2, you're again looking for a profit of 5%. Exactly the same as my Forex funds, but in this case, instead of, obviously, if we go back to my Forex funds, what you will notice, the minimum trading days here is 5, but the difference is with my funded FX, the minimum trading days is literally only 1 day. So the chance of turning $100 into $10,000 within, you could do this within 2 days. That's the beauty of prop firms, and that's the overall beauty of these funding companies. Obviously, you've got your 30 days and 60 days to pass these phases. And then down at the bottom here, you will see, obviously, the refundable registration fee that you will need to pay. So for a 5k account, it will be €50. And for a 10k account, it will be €100. So I think my Forex funds is actually a little bit cheaper. So, so relative to my funded FX, you're going to be paying $49 here and $84 here. So, this is the way that I would go ahead and approach trading with $100. What I would do is I would take that $100 I've got, assuming that I've got, a consistently profitable system that I've, confident in trading. I would take that $100, I would then put it into one of these smaller funded accounts. I would then obviously pass this, I would trade it as I would usually. I would, hit every trade that does fit my trade plan. Obviously, hopefully then you can make a good profit on one of these accounts. You can then take the profits from one of these accounts, put it back into one of these more larger accounts, and then you can scale up your capital from there. So generally that's how I would approach trading with $100, guys. If you've got any thoughts, feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on, this approach. Would you prefer to trade with the, the $100 cash in a personal account? Or would you prefer to, put that $100 into a funding company, into a funding challenge? So that's just about it for today's video, guys. I thought this would be an interesting topic to cover, and I thought it would be interesting to give my, sort of thought process on how I would trade a smaller account or, just a smaller capital. So like I said before, guys, leave your comments in the comment section down below. I'd be, intrigued to see what people think about this. And without further ado, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.